What's next for the watch industry? With market crashes, layoffs, uninspiring releases from the big brands, and even media giants like Hodinkee going through restructuring, things may seem uncertain, but could this be a wake-up call? There's been a resurgence of microbrands in recent years, and we saw that at the World Time UK show. Microbrands and independent watchmakers are filling in the gaps left by the big corporations by offering unique designs and great craftsmanship without the hefty price tags. We saw over 40 brands at the show, and in this video we'll explore 11 unique brands that are shaking up the industry. So are microbrands the future of horology? Let's find out. First on the list is Moels Co. We had the pleasure of speaking with Bettina, the founder and designer of this family-run business. In just 3 years, Moels Co. has made waves in the microbrand scene with their Swiss-made yet affordable timepieces. Her debut model, the 528, is a mid-century modern watch which is surprisingly comfortable on the wrist. It's now sold out, but her second model, the 369, is still available. It's a striking watch with a Celita movement and an integrated bracelet.
Our newest model is the 369. And I am mostly excited about our new bracelet. I learned a lot working on designing the integrated bracelet for it. There was a big learning curve, a lot of challenges, and it's super, super cool to see the final product. And I think that everyone here is loving it, and it's awesome to see getting such big feedback from my work.
The next brand we saw was Hanhart. Robert Stewart, an independent watch brand dealer, was representing this German brand. Hanhart have been around since 1882 and are well known for their mechanical chronographs such as the 417 ES. This is a manually wound chronograph watch originally issued to the German Air Force in the 50s. Today the watch comes with an updated Celita movement but keeps the same 50s aesthetic. The watch that caught my attention was their brand new field watch.
The newest release is this piece. It's called the Breventer HD12. So it's a 39mm sort of field pilot style watch. It's an automatic. The sort of standout part for this particular watch is a new steel that they've developed called HD12 steel. So rather than 316L steel, this is a much more scratch resistant steel. It's got carbon sort of within the metal, and it doesn't retail for huge amounts. It's under £1,000 retail.
Going to Hong Kong, we spoke with Austin from Monbrey Watches. The company is very new and their watches have an angular styling heavily inspired by the car designs of the 70s and 80s. Their MB1 model has a 38.5mm case and a Miyota movement. Soon they will launch their second model, the MB2, which would have two very distinct dials.
So MB2 is our new model, and it's the first time showing in the World Time UK. We get the inspiration from the Samurai, but we carry on the same angular styling on the watches. We have the two dial approach. We have the MOP dial here, and the second one we have kind of like the crystal sand, having the refraction. We also emphasize on the indexed design, having kind of like the micro scale etching line to create kind of like special refraction.
As well as filming all day, we also exhibited the watch show. We love World Time UK for its variety of microbrands and the opportunity to meet with fellow watch enthusiasts. We brought so many watches and watch straps, and it was amazing seeing so many people try our products. Because the reception was so positive, we have a little gift for you. If you want to try our watches or watch straps, we have a 10% discount off your first order. Click on the link in the description and sign up for our newsletter. You should get a unique code which will give you 10% off your first order. Plus you get access to exclusive content and newsletter only deals. So sign up today and enjoy the savings. Now the next brand on our list is Beaucroft, a Cambridge-based microbrand creating classic watches with a modern flair. Their most popular watch is the Seeker 37mm, which is an elegant and affordable dress watch with double Fume dial and a Miyota movement. But Krim told us that they're making a brand new watch which is unlike anything they've made before.
Yeah, so we have a new launch. I mean, it's going to be a tool watch, 39mm, 200mm water resistance, hardened casing. So it's a move away from our traditional sort of dress watch design, but we're very pleased to announce it. It's going to be a good one.
If you love tech and engineering, then you gotta check out Ralf Tech. Originally a technical diving company, today they create tough watches with an electric movement. Their watches are big, with a 47.5mm case and feature a hybrid self-winding quartz movement. It is an automatic watch, with a rotor that generates energy which is stored in an accumulator with a lifespan of 12 years. They claim you get a power reserve of up to 100,000 hours. Chris showed us the original WRX, which was designed for the military and features that hybrid movement and 500-meter water resistance. But their newest WRX model was just next level.
This is the WRX Millennium Space. This watch was developed in collaboration with CNES, which is the French space agency, and fundamentally is a very light version of the WRX. If you can see, has been milled to save everything, every little gram of weight, because this watch is intended to go to space. I find it very comfortable to wear because it's light, but it's the same case shape as the WRX.
Switching gears a bit, we met with Jason from Loresum Watches. Jason loves creating customized modules such as jumping hours and moon phases using either Miyota or Celita movements. Either way, you get hot horology for Microbrand money. Their latest LS04 model is a 39.5mm watch with a 29.5-day true moon phase complication. There are a few different dials, but the limited edition Onyx Black dial stole my heart.
So this is our latest watches. It's a limited edition. It's actually the 55th anniversary of moon landing. So you can actually see the footprints of the Armstrong on the moon. You can also see the footprint at the back. It comes with a Celita movement. It's a more luxurious option than our normal Miyota movement. And then the dial is made by Onyx Black, so it gives a glossy and a very luxurious feeling.
Next to Jason, we found Tayyip from Radcliffe Watches. Oxford-based, Tayyip has been in the watch industry for around 4 years, and he aims to make unique horological creations at an affordable price point.
Right now we have not one but two popular watches. We have the Le Dôme series, and we have this one, which is inversé. In French, it's upside down, inversé. These are mainly watches that carry mechanical movements that are Japanese Miyota or Seiko, and these movements are modified or heavily modified, and we create new complications from these movements. For example, this is a very good example. This is a tourbillon made out of Miyota 8000 series.
The Inversé has a unique way of telling the time by reading it from the side rather than the top. We only saw the prototype, which didn't have painted numbers, but legibility should be much better on the production model. I'd personally go with their Dome Classic model. It's a stunning watch for just over 600 quid. Going back to Germany, we spoke with Wolfgang. His brand, Heinrich watches, draws inspiration from the 70s, and you can see that in the Helicopterion watch, also known as the Buzzsaw. This year Heinrich watches introduced two models with gemstone dials, Orange Cornelian and Blue Lapis Lazuli. But Wolfgang showed us a couple of models never seen before.
On end of October, I will release a new model of the Taucher 1, which is also the model which I released as a debut in 2021, and it will have a lume-infused forged carbon dial and bezel, and it will also glow very nice in the dark, in different colors, in blue and in orange.
We spoke with Andy from Ollech Wajs, a Zurich-based watch brand originally founded in 1956, but then revived in 2017. Known for sports and dive watches, they were one of the unofficial suppliers of the US military during the Vietnam era. We had a look at the C1000 Mark II watch, which is a 39.5mm diver's 2 watch with a 1000 meter water resistance and a bespoke soprot movement. The C1000 is based on the 1964's Caribbean 1000, which was the first ever 1000 meter certified dive watch. Andy told us about their newest military watch, which looked like a great timepiece.
Our latest watch launched on Friday. It's called the M52AU. And AU stands for all units. It's a stripped back version of the 52B AF. Doesn't have the silhouette of the Boeing B-52 on it. It's got a very stripped back dial. And the idea is with it is it's for all units. It's as useful on land as it is on sea, as it is as a pilot's watch. So it's probably our most versatile military watch to date.
We managed to catch up with Tom from Clemence. Tom moved to Scotland to pursue his passion for the outdoors, which somehow led him to create a field watch. The Monroe has a 37.5mm case, an amber dial and a Miyota 9039 movement, but a slightly different version of the Monroe caught my eye.
What we're looking at here today, this is probably one of the most exciting and unique watches that we have in the lineup. It's called the Ridgeline, that's the name of the colorway. The sort of inspiration behind the Ridgeline is the idea of two mountains coming together and that view that you would get, and also the angles on the Ridgeline. They represent the minimum and maximum angles in which avalanche most players will care. It's a little bit of fun, probably a first on any field watch on the market.
For the first time we met with Nostas Rome, a new Italian microbrand with a bold design language inspired from brutalist architecture. Sabrina showed us the Audace 500, which is a 41mm dive watch with a Selita movement. But we also had a look at their Audace time-only model.
And now we have the Holy Time, different colors. We have available 5 colors: black, blue, green, light brown, and a beautiful red one that we are presenting now for the first time. The design of the case is the same, but this is more elegant for sure, because the diver one is like a sporty watch. So this is more like a jewel. Also for the bracelet, it changed the line of the bracelet and it's like a jewel, and it's available in different version. So you can enjoy the steel one and you can enjoy the bracelet with leather, Italian leather, in different shapes.
We saw plenty of watches, but going back to the question at the start of the video, what's next for the watch industry? Are microbrands the future? Well, this is what people had to say.
Mechanical watches will continue to grow more and more popular, continue with the resurgence that it's been enjoying for the last 2 decades.
The resurgence of smaller independent brands has been great.
Looking at the amount of new releases that we had the past year and 2 years, the amount of different and cool new independent brands that are coming out with such different designs.
As a microbrand, we are small, but we can be thinking out of the box. We have no limit, and then we can try different things.
Smaller brands are bringing more innovation into the market, while big brands, they're quite slow, and you can see the same model for maybe 50 years.
Big corporations have kind of been on, everyone just wears the same sorts of watches, where I think these sorts of brands, which produce perfectly good watches, not as much money, and it's just something a bit more different.
And you buy a watch just because you are in love with it, because you love the brand.
I like to think as well that we're going to continue to nurture and harbour a really strong community around our brands as individuals, but also as a sort of a wider microbrand space.
The future of the watch industry is driven by passion, not by utility.